Assalamu alaikum. I'm Sabir Ahmed, ID 192352820. Today I discuss the hashing functions and also discuss about Bardy paradox using hashing functions. So we all know security is important for protecting data. Something it is important to be able to prove that no one has modified the data. This is you can do with hashing algorithm. So let's we see the contents of this topic. First of all, we have to know what is hash functions. Second, cryptographic hash functions. Third, use of hash. Fourth and fifth, hash functions properties are requirements for hash functions. So at first we have to know what is hash functions. Hash functions is basically takes input of any length and produce a fixed length string. That means that you can use hashes or something as small as a password that as large as an entire document. The most important property of hash function is the size of hash. A larger hash makes it more difficult to invert the functions and it ensures that the function is collision free or not. Because hash functions have a fixed output but are unlimited inputs, multiple values can produce the same hashes. However, there are so many possible hashes values. It is extremely difficult to find two inputs that do produce hashes. For example, hashes are like a fingerprint for the original data. If the data changes, the fingerprint will no longer matches. And it is unlikely that any other useful data will produce the same fingerprint. So therefore you can store these small fingerprints or hashes to later verify your integrity. Then cryptographic hash functions. Cryptographic hash functions we have to uh, know at first. Cryptographic hash functions basically has two property, that is one way property and second one is collision free property. One way property based on the pre-specified hash result and collision free property based on the maps based on to the same hash result. Use of hashes. Hash is primarily used for authentication, and a good hash function, even a one bit change in message will produce the different hashes. Hash functions properties. In previous we discussed there is two properties. One is one way and another one is collision free. So one way it cannot be reserved sorry reversed. Output does not reveal information on input, and it is hard to find collision. That means different matches with the same hashes. This is the requirement for hash functions. Here the requirement for hash function is variable input size, fixed output size, efficiency, preimage resistance, second preimage resistance and collision resistance. So here we can see first three properties are the requirements for the practical application of hash functions. Two, message authentication. The fourth property, the fourth property, the one-way property, state that it is easy to generate a code given a message but virtually impossible to generate a message given a code. This property is important if the authentication technique involves the uses of a secret value. The secret value itself is not sent. However, if the hash function is not one way, an attacker can easily discover the secret value. If the attacker can uh, observe a transmission, the attacker obtains the message that in the source message. The fifth property generates that alternative message hashings to the same values as a given message cannot be found. This property when an encrypted hash code is used. For these cases, the opponent can read message and therefore generate its hash code. However, because the opponent does not have the secret key, the opponent should not be able to alter the message without sequence. And the sixth property refers how resistant the hash functions is to a type of attack as known as birthday attack. So what about the birthday attack? Birthday attacks are based on unique problem with hashing algorithm based on concept called birthday paradox. Suppose one suppose a simple think that this is unique and secure. For example, if an encrypted hash code, that is C, is transmitted with the corresponding unencrypted message. However, a different sort of attack is possible based on the birthday paradox. Like the two sets of messages are compared to find a pair of messages that produces the same hash code. The probability of success by the birthday paradox is greater than zero point 0.5. It is no match or no found, then additional valid or fraud messages are generated until a match is made. And on the other hand, the opponent offers is valid on variation to a false signature. The signature can be the attached to the front variation for transmission to the ident recipient. Because the two variation have same hash code, they will produce the same signature. The opponent is assured of success even the encryption key is not known. So if we if you think theoretically, the chances of having the same people, same birthday are 1 in 365, uh, not accounting for leap years and distribution of birthday across the year. So odds are you will only meet the handful of people in your life who enjoy birthday as you. Birthday attacks based on the unique problem. We have discussed about this, and this puzzles is based on the fact that in a room of 183 people, and would be a 50% chances of one of them sharing your birthdays. So we can say birthday paradox is basically a group of people in a room, and how much how much uh, provide a percentage to match birthday dates any other. So here we using hashing functions. That means that is much easier to find two matches if you don't care with two there. It is possible to pre-compute hashes for given password length to determine if any collision occur. So we see the graph, and this graph also understand the The curved line also understand Bardy paradox percentage. So here I create a plot that is the probability of matching Bardes versus size of group. Then we see how probability grows, the group size increases. Here the line crosses 50% just before 23. Here we can see just 50% in group size is 23. There is increases. Our previous guesses of 180 group of people has the probability also close to 100%. That means here we implement 79 or 100%, but here we can say that 180 people has probability so close to 100%. So it is not worth showing. So this is basically Barde paradox using hash and Barde paradox, how to uh, prevent Barde attacks. Then thank you so much, and Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.